last name, I can't even lie to y'all. Um, Points if y'all know where it's from. It's a little bit indie and underground and like, if you know, you know. It's so boring, dude. Okay, I was gonna tell y'all, but no, I'll let you figure it out on your own. If you Google it, it'll be the first result, but I don't know. Do what you can. Anyway, okay, today I'm gonna be knitting with this super orange yarn. It's gonna be a hat for my friend. I originally wanted this to be done in the winter because that's hunting season where I'm from, and probably where everyone's from, to be quite honest. Because we have a lot of deer around here, and people hunt them in the fall and winter, I think. Anyhow, if you're gonna be out in the woods, you need to have blaze orange, which is what this is, if you couldn't tell by its toxic, neon color, so that you don't get shot. I am making this for my friend because their job has them working in the woods. And by has, I do mean had, because they no longer work there at this point, which is how long it's taken me to finish this. I'm a really slow knitter, so I've got about this much so far, and it's supposed to be able to like wrap around your head this way, and as you can tell, I'm maybe like halfway done. So I'm gonna try to do this and yap a little. Wait, what the fuck? Oh, okay, hold. It like punctured itself. Oh god, okay. Well, now there's like a hole in it, if you can see. Okay, maybe there's not actually. Shows what I know. Okay, so let's get into it. Sorry that it's been a while since my last upload. I've been trying to make a video, but I just keep forgetting or falling asleep. And I figured I'd do it now while I'm making dinner. So I'm not even hungry anymore, honestly. I have my rice cooker going in the kitchen right now. It's probably just on heat at this point. Okay, so if you're trying to learn how to knit, don't do it how I do it. I think I do it in a really like slow and inconvenient way. So keep that in mind. Not that this is a tutorial in any shape or form. I hope that it like sounds good was a blessing in disguise, because I think I would have hated working there. I've only been to one single time, and I was unimpressed, hence why I only went once. The smoothie was mid, 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 and I don't quite remember how much it cost, but I feel like it was over $5, which is immediately a no for me. I'm from a small town, if that wasn't clear from that statement. I think I also just don't like smoothies that much. I prefer my fruit whole. So that's that. I'm sorry that I'm not that talkative this time around. This takes more concentration than I initially anticipated. I cannot believe that it's been 8 minutes and I'm not even done with my first row. This is humiliating as well as frustrating. Do you like my shirt? It says Dublin. I got it from a thrift store because I've actually never left the country. Supposedly, I am about a 30-second Irish, though, so hopefully I'm making my ancestors proud with this shirt. Dublin is in Ireland, right? Yes, it is. It says down here. Okay, sorry. I thought I'd screwed everything up momentarily, but it's all good. Sorry, I was debating if I should talk about this or not, but I think I'm going to because I can't think of anything else to talk about. I have been on my dating app grind lately because, as I mentioned in my last video, I'm still at school after graduating, which means there's barely anybody here. Hence, I'm quite lonely. So, I figured if I go on dating apps, I'll probably meet at least one person, which to date is not the case. I don't exactly know why, and before people are just like, it's because you're chopped as fuck. That's not why, because plenty of chopped people are in relationships. I believe I am the problem though. I, in my many, many years of existence, haven't dated anyone, which sounds kind of sad, but I'm not pressed over it because I don't know, I just don't feel that strong of a desire to date somebody. It seems like more of a hassle than anything, which might just be me coping, but I do truly believe that. But relationships or to maybe break my streak of not dating people. However, most of the people on these apps are quite boring, or at least that's the impression I get from texting with them. And also, somehow, despite my radius being 10 miles or something ridiculously small like that, everyone is from outside of that radius, which I suppose should not be that big of a surprise considering my circumstances right now, being a college town in the summer, not exactly known for its population density. So, all these people I'm matching with are 50 miles away or something, which is doable, but I don't feel like doing it, so I haven't. Am I only going to finish 2 rows over the course of this whole video? Stay tuned to find out. Or maybe don't, because this whole video might get scrapped when I listen back to it. I feel as though this may be subpar, admittedly. Let me think of a story to tell. I guess since we've already talked about dating, I'll talk about the last date that I went on, which was also the first date that I went on ever. So, basically, I met this guy from Tinder. So, obviously, this was doomed to fail from the start. But, naively, I tried to go through with it because of the shame I was feeling for having not dated anyone up to this point. So, I said that we should meet up and go for a hike. And to everyone I've told this story in real life, they've all said that I'm a dumb ass for doing that, because going for a hike with a strange man alone is not a recipe for a good time. But seeing as I'm here making this video, it was obviously alright. However, the date did not go that well. First of all, we met up at a park that was an hour away from both of us, despite us only living an hour apart. So, the venue was bad to start with, and it was also February, and a warm February at that. So, all the trails were obscenely muddy. Quite romantic, if I do say so myself. But I get there, and the guy's not there. And I'm thinking, well, thank goodness, because now I don't have to go on this date. But he calls me, and he's like, "Where are you?" And I say, "I'm here in the parking lot." "Where are you?" Because by no means is this a large parking lot. And he says he's in the parking lot as well. So clearly one of us is lying. And considering you're getting my side of the story, you have to believe me that I wasn't lying. Oh God, what was I doing? Anyhow, it turns out he was just in the wrong parking lot, so neither of us were lying. Sorry. My Apple Watch is telling me to charge it. lost the conversation because at this point it's been at least a year. No, it's been more than a year because it's not February right now. But the conversation is alright, but eventually we somehow got onto the topic of substances, and I myself am not someone who does anything. I'm very boring, as you can tell by me sitting here knitting. So as a bona fide 60-year-old woman, I would say that I really don't do anything. Like, I've tried a couple, as we all have, but nothing stuck. So, I say that, and then he tells me that he's done every drug known to man. And, quite frankly, I don't believe him, because that's absurd. So, I start asking, I'm like, okay, so you've done, and he says yes, and you've done, and he says yes, even the, like, insane ones that, and no judgment, like, do what you want to do. However, it was a little shocking to hear that on my first date ever. So, that conversation fizzles out because clearly I have nothing to relate to with that. And then he tells me that he is a felon, which I suppose may not be surprising given the previous statement, but it's actually entirely unrelated. He broke into his job after hours, and I asked why, and he said, I don't know. So, that's interesting, I suppose. Regardless, that was my first date experience, and believe it or not, I have not been itching to go back to one since. I think I'm gonna finish up this row and then end this, because I'm clearly running out of things to say. I'm sorry about all of the car noises. If this shitty mic is picking them up, that is. If not, then I'm actually not sorry at all. So, as I mentioned before, I'm making rice for dinner, which sucks. I just don't have anything in my apartment right now, and I waited too long to go to the store. So, all of the stores are closed around me right now. So I'm just cooking some rice and maybe some eggs to go with it. Very limited supplies to work with at the moment. I know this may be a controversial take, but I don't wash my rice. I just can't be bothered, and I don't believe it makes a difference. People say that it makes it less sticky, or like you're washing the starch off, or you should just do it because it's sanitary. But what if I like starch? that's my hot take on washing rice. My friends don't like that I don't wash it, which is their prerogative. My friend is blowing up my phone right now. I'm not quite sure what about because I'm too busy knitting. Too busy doing hot girl shit. Sorry about my stomach if you can hear that. I think it's kind of absurdly loud right now because I'm hungry. But that's okay. So, in the future with this channel, I think, I'm so sorry, I think that I'll have some more direction with my videos because this feels a little bit listless unless you're enjoying what I'm doing so far. I've only gotten one comment thus far, which is fine. I'm appreciative of any engagement that I get here because truly, who am I? I'm just some guy doing the bare minimum and posting it online. But let me know what you want to see from me. Or if you want me to stop making videos, I can do that as well. Alright, and with that, I've concluded, I believe, 3 more rows, which changes nothing, quite frankly. It's basically the same size that it was before.